And thank you, Ron. Well, Amanda Owen is the founder of Puzzle Pieces in Owensboro, and now she has another line to add to her very impressive resume, that of author. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
It's always great to see you, and I was so excited when I discovered your new book. So let's hear the story behind the story.
So who would have thought I would ever become an accomplished author? But yes, last Friday I was able to launch my very first book, and it is in honor of and support of me being a sibling who I have a brother with a disability, and I grew up kind of processing those emotions, and not until I became an adult and doing the career that I am have I realized the emotional impact that having a brother with a disability had on my life. And so one of the things I like to do is connect with people and inspire others and be relatable. And so through my journey, I wanted to share that with other siblings that were like me. And so the book, Blessing in Disguise, The Emotional Impact of Having a Sibling with a Disability, has launched.
Was it your brother who also inspired you to do the work you do today through Puzzle Pieces?
Yes, so almost 8 years ago, I started a nonprofit organization here in Kentucky called Puzzle Pieces. And that was really just to have a place. My brother, when he graduated high school and whenever we were growing up, he never really had a place other than our house and myself watching him. He'd go to be with his friends and practice skills for independent living and social skills. And so I created a place called Puzzle Pieces, and he inspired that, and then he's inspired this book, and he's my best friend in so many different ways, and he's made an impact on my life, and I want to share that with others.
Can we access the book? What's the avenue to get our hands on your book?
So I also have a blog, and it's called piecesofme.org. It's a website you can access, and on there is an ebook tab now that I'm very proud of, and there you can go on to piecesofme.org and click that ebook, and there's two ways to purchase. You can purchase through Amazon Kindle, or you can purchase through a PayPal and get that downloadable PDF form so you can read it from your computer or print it. But it's $4.99, and it's my heart and my soul and real raw feelings as associates with those with disabilities.
Well, as you're talking about those very real feelings, and this is your personal story, but I would imagine that people who have siblings or children or someone they love with disabilities, this book is going to resonate.
Yeah, I mean, that is really the intention. It's, I buried my feelings whenever I was younger, and, the attention went more towards my brother, and I didn't want to put that burden on my parents. And so really, hopefully this book is to start a conversation between parents and their other children that don't have the disability. And, even teachers and neighbors and church members, whoever, the disabilities are on the rise, and so that means they're siblings of us, like me. They're on the rise, and they're coming out with more numbers. So, I think that this is a book that can start that conversation. Like, it's okay to have some of these real and raw feelings and what you do with them.
Well, it also sounds like to me, Amanda, this would be a lovely opportunity to have some book discussions in, if you're a therapist, social worker, minister, teacher, to use this as a springboard for a real conversation about people who have these concerns and feelings.
I think you nailed it. Yes, I don't want it to be only for just those with siblings. I think it's to have those real conversations and connect and build on that, because I think that that's what's going to make us an inclusive community as we start looking and accepting and becoming more aware of how people process different things.
Amanda, thank you so much for taking time from your very busy schedule to share the excitement about your new book. And by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon, dear. We'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.